Okay, everyone. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body. We're going to start our ongoing meditation session now. You can keep relax your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, please. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to understand ourselves, how this practice can improve yourself, your awareness, and why we need to specially practice meditation. Because in day-to-day life, knowingly or unknowingly, visibly or invisibly, we collect a lot of information through the perception. And sometimes most of information, unnecessary informations. And so if you're not aware that unnecessary informations deeply going to be inside you. So as example, as you know, when you keep open the doors or the windows, by the time there are a lot of dust can accumulate. And maybe from the beginning you don't see it is there. But by the time what will happen? The dust has power to bring the dust. Dust has power to attach the dust. It is common to everything. So any good has power to attach the good. Even in the material world, water has the deeply connection towards the water. The wind has a connection towards the wind. So it has an accumulating strength or the power. So our body the same. And our mind the same. So whatever the thoughts that you have, it has power to accumulate certain kind of thoughts. So then what will happen by the time when the certain informations come to you and it is there, what will happen? It become your mental formations or the sanskara or the volitions or the roots or your day-to-day foundation. So then what will happen? It generates the power inside. More and more same kind of thoughts can come to you. So then just imagine if you experience one day with unnecessary, invaluable thoughts, it gives power, it creates a path to bring the same kind of things tomorrow. So then if you don't take the time to purify yourself or clean yourself, brush up yourself, wash yourself, what will happen by the time? Then it's going to bring more and more the strength, and finally what will happen, it itself create a certain point and overtake your deeper consciousness or the awareness. And then your own mind, your own memory come against you. When you want the clear mind, it allow you to become like that. And then you may say, oh, my mind not allow me, or my thought disturb me. It is very difficult more for me to get out of this. So like that. But out of this, all the habits or the patterns we develop through this samsaric journey, the most powerful thing is, in this very moment, you have the consciousness or the awareness. So if you activate that to the highest level, it has power to clean that all the dust. Your awareness, your consciousness is kind of like a diamond, because well-cut diamond has power to give the light to all direction, and at the same time, it has power to bring the any kind of color. Whatever the color exists in this universe, the diamond has power to bring it. So like that, when you develop your awareness, when you sharpen it, clear it, it becomes like a diamond. So whatever the understanding or the knowledge exists in this universe related to the names and forms, your awareness, your consciousness has ability to tune to that, recognize that. So it is not doing by effort, by thinking. It is a different level of understanding. So in this relative level of understanding, this conventional knowledge is not permanent. In the very first level, you have to come to that recognition. Look at in the childhood time, as teenagers, as young people, that whatever you thought, whatever you believed, whatever you experienced, you thought that is the best. But from child to when you become a teenager, you drop that all the experience there, and that experience related only the childhood. You cannot bring it to the teenager level. And as teenagers, whatever you experience is belong only to the teenager time period. So when you become young, you drop that all the knowledge or the whatever the experience, and then you gain something else. So then in the very conventional life, with this perception related to our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, whatever you receive, whatever you experience, you have to remember it is very limited. And also it depends on many things. That many things means not only the outside. This is the key point you have to understand. What you recognize in the very moment depend on your inner physical, psychological condition. Because when you are physically changed, what you understand going to change. So then what does that mean? That means that what we perceive as knowledge, what we perceive as information, are depending on the condition of our inside behavior. So then is there anything else beyond this? So beyond the informations that your consciousness exists, the consciousness from birth to death It's a kind of like giving the clarity to yourself. So when it comes to that other living beings, this consciousness not that much powerful. Even though there is a consciousness exist, that consciousness not the primary level of consciousness. It's a secondary level of consciousness. Why? Because in the animal level life, the habitual pattern become more stronger. It is very rare sometimes. Some animals bring the consciousness or the awareness beyond these habitual patterns, but still it has no power to develop itself the consciousness. But in the human life, we are the one who tune to the consciousness. And in this human level, when we talk, when you listen, it is not just we talk to body, person to person. This is, we are consciously talk to from consciousness to consciousness. That is the Dharma. That is where you can catch Dharma. When you are not conscious, even though you're listening, then it's not going to be the wisdom to you. And when you are not consciously listening to something, it is just a voice or the noise. But it becomes the wisdom when you consciously allow your conscious to receive it. So then the power of the human mind is this development of the consciousness. So you can do it right now, right here. That is what we call present moment. That is the power of now, because you have ability to rebuild yourself or bring a new version of you or completely change your life and completely become a new person through your own awareness. So that is the greatest opportunity that you have. So then you have to look into yourself and see, in the name of life, what you experience, what you keep doing. Is it giving any meaning to you? Is there any purpose behind it? Is it giving any comfort to you? Are you satisfied with it? If not, you have to question yourself. How and why you get into this and why you keep doing this? Don't afraid to question. It's about your own life. Because that's where you can find the answer. Otherwise, we always have this misery inside. Because the most dangerous misery in this human mind, we are addicted to this conformity, repetition, or the acceptance and go with others' opinions, conformity. And once you're addicted to that, you will have a very, very good life according to the society or the others' opinion, and you feel so comfortable with it. But you never going to reach to the true nature of your human existence. You will have a life. You will just maintain a life. So then what you need to do? It is not by thinking and developing or planning and making a life for you. There's nothing wrong with that in the conventional life. But deeply, what you need to do, just try to find a way to settle down in the moment. So we are addicted to do things. Can you find a moment not to do anything? Just everything to settle down as it is, just beyond your body, beyond this head to toes. Just imagine this entire universe, the trees, the flowers, rivers, all the mountains, clouds, all the other planetary system, stars, moon, sun. Just imagine, are they having any effort to become? No, but still, it has a journey. So then deeply in the beginning, tuning to the present moment, what you need to do, just allow your head to toes. Just imagine your whole body is like this entire universe or the planetary system. Just allows that everything to settle down as it is. You're not going to lose anything. Just your life will happen. But little bit step back inside your mind rather than pondering towards, because we are more ahead the time. We jump ahead the time. So only thing is, in the beginning, try to bring it to the present moment and tune to the time and be with that. The moment by moment, moment by moment. Don't allow your mind to project or jump forward. So for that's why in the beginning, we need the primary mental object. Why we need that? Because still we are ordinary people. Our mind depend on names and forms. Your mind need the object. That's how we live. Holding to objects, names or the forms. So that's why in the beginning, we take the inhalation, exhalation as mental object. So that doesn't mean it's going to be permanent there. You hold it to it. No, we just get the help out of it. So then allow everything to happen as it is. But when it happens, just know the inhalation as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation. Don't disturb to the pattern. Don't jump into the pattern. Don't try to make anything happen the way you want. No, learn to observe and not just keep observing. Recognize knowingly. You are observing the inhalation, exhalation, you should observe. So while you're observing what will happen, you're going to recognize in the deeper level, beyond your thoughts, your life keep happening. Because in day-to-day life, we don't see that. We see something else in our mind. We always projecting and creating, and we have kind of like a movie, kind of like names and forms, characters, environment in our mind. We creating and we waiting for the future. So we don't see that how this life happening in this very moment. Just give a chance yourself to experience that. So once you tune to the inhalation, exhalation, that you will see. Inhalation arise, exhalation arise, and everything moment by moment, moment by moment. Arising, existing, and disappearance. So the disappearance doesn't mean vanish. It becomes something else. So then the moment by moment, whatever you recognize, it is only limited to for that moment. It is exist only in that very moment. Another thing is, the whatever you recognize, it is not mostly the outside situation. It's mostly that the way you experience it. So that is a key point. When you recognize something, you have to remember it is not something that you recognize from outside. No, deeply you recognize it within your own mind according to the way you experience it. So then, that what you recognize as inhalation or exhalation, even though it happened in front of your nose and upper lip area, the recognition happened inside you, your mind. The same inhalation, exhalation, in the very first moment, you feel something very clearly. And the very second moment, the inhalation, exhalation going to be the same. But after a few minutes, maybe you cannot recognize it. So that doesn't mean that your inhalation, exhalation change. That means the condition of your mind or the awareness change. So then you have to be more aware regarding the observer rather than what you observe. So that is a different method in the Vipassana level, because in the mostly in very ordinary meditation, we mostly focus towards the outside object. But in the Vipassana, we mostly thoroughly, deeply observe and recognize the behavior or the character of our own mind, observer or the recognizer. But the very key point here you have to understand, because when the experience comes, when the sensation arises, we have a habit to go with the sensation. The awareness, why you need the awareness? Awareness is the key point that going to direct you rather than go towards the sensation, turn you towards the recognizer, experiencer. So when the awareness disappears, the attention, the effort disappear, naturally you fall into the outside sensation. But your purpose should be not go towards the outside sensation. And when the outside sensation happen moment by moment, moment by moment, look into yourself and see how you recognize it. And then you will see moment by moment, moment by moment, the recognizer, you can make it more sharp and clear. And then you can bring more effort to that. And then by the time, whatever the outside situations happen, the deeper recognizer become unshakable. And that is the tranquility state that you can gain, because then you don't get disturbed out of any outside perception, even though things go up and down. And that is where you gain the deeper clarity. And then you know that even though these outside situations change, there is something that you can hold without changing. That is deeper your awareness. Recognition. That's what we call the inner consciousness. So then by the time when you keep observe, it is a moment by moment, moment by moment process. That is the power of you. Not reflect on past or the future. Can you adapt 100%, totally accept the moment and adapt to that without holding anything? Can you open to the present moment? That is the power. And according to the Albert Einstein, what's the most powerful thing that human mind has? Not to build up army, not to have a strong body, not to stay without getting old. The most powerful thing that as a human mind that you have, adaptivity. So if you can adapt to any moment, so look at the nature. That's why This nature has the power, the strength, like a little plant in the middle of the desert has power to adapt to environment. That's why it survived. Animals has power to adapt to the nature. So then yourself, you have to look, can you adapt to the situations? Why, if you cannot do, why it happened like that? Because we hold it to the memory or the patterns, and our mind or our awareness not free from that. And then we go with the repetition, which we call the habit. But in the meditation, moment by moment, you develop the adaptivity. And that is where you gain the deeper hidden strength within your own mind. So then you have to remember, this is completely mental practice and not about outside. It is your inner practice. So then keep the awareness towards that. Bring the strength to your inner awareness and keep the clarity with the recognition, moment by moment. And whatever the situation happened, recognize it and adapt to that situation and go through the situation knowingly that you are experiencing it. Then you will see there is no mesmerizing your mind, yourself. You become more awake. You become more clear with the moment rather than mesmerizing ourselves. So then you have to understand the meditation means it's bringing your hidden strength, sharpening your inner mind. So for that, you have to have your own effort and you have to give your best. So what you need to do in the beginning, just settle down with the inhalation, exhalation, and allow everything to happen itself. And when it happens in the very first level, just recognize inhalation as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation. So that first step is very important. Don't disturb to it. Don't interfere to it. Don't try to make anything happen the way you want. Only thing is just keep observe and recognize. So the moment by moment, that recognition will show you that whatever you experience it only for that moment. And even that experience is not something happen in the outside. It is completely depend on the condition of your own mind. So if you are able to recognize that, in that very point, you will able to keep the clarity inside you. And then out of that, the moment by moment, what you experience going to become very clear. So let's get into practice a little bit. And your right palm on your left and make it straight in one line. And be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body, please, and scan head to toes 3 times yourself. And say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. Then allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ca ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahannotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.